Rise and Align program, or that little giveaway.
Yep.
And also I had the vitality survey that someone could take.
Yep.
But I think just a giveaway for a strategy session, you know.
Yeah.
If they can do the Rise and Align, have that pop up, Rise and Align format, and Paige has all that. And then if they want to go further, deeper dive, you know, if you're really serious about making change, then let's set up a strategy session.
Yeah.
Because the way I'm going to schedule my time here for the new studios, personal training is Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then coaching is Mondays and Wednesdays, and just Mondays and Wednesdays. And I'm doing a 6-month health coaching program, which is going to, and I can send you all the information, which is people meeting twice a month. And
meeting physically?
No, either physically or virtually or by phone, typically by phone. And we do a deep dive into their health and wellness. And 6 months it's set up for 6 months, because during that time we'll be able to navigate a lot of life's events and do some coaching around that.
I like it. Yeah.
And that gives them time to kind of try things on and step into. And I'm putting some finishing touches on. I really want to launch that Change Your Story, Change Your Life workshop. And
yeah.
I could use some guidance around that as far as picking a day and just launching it.
Yeah. And as a webinar, you mean?
Yeah, just as a webinar.
Yeah.
I've never done one. I keep talking about it, and it's time to.
Well, the thing is, when you get something in your focus, like this house, I mean, you've done more in 3 weeks than most people do in 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the crazy thing, I looked at your website today. We haven't written a blog since Christmas.
No, and I have some ideas, and you're exactly right. And the whole thing with the move and everything, I need to capture that.
Yeah.
And there's something that keeps bouncing around my head as a blog about going, how I saw a sign that said something about your plan B. Life is about how you handle plan B. And moving back to Colorado, it's kind of a plan B, right? It wasn't set to be happening so soon. Is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I just got distracted by a message that came across. The other thing is we could use that post that I put on Facebook. Can we use that as a blog?
You know, that I want to talk to you about that, because that was genius. I mean, look at how much engagement you got. Yeah.
Well, from the posting the anniversary picture.
Well, you posted the anniversary picture, and then I told the girls about it, so we lifted it over to your Instagram and stuff. But then you did that long form story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which you did. I mean, Hootsuite's changed now. They've taken away access, so we can't post on the personal pages anymore.
Oh.
To log in as yourself to post up. It's just gone with all the privacy stuff now. And so I went, wow. Because I thought, wow, we cut and pasted this whole story and we did a post. I went, oh, no, this is his personal. He did this. And then the other picture you did of the girl with the ropes, it's like my past client. I'm like, suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, you know, this is what we should be doing on top of because we've been populating you right across all the platforms. But nothing replaces like real, authentic, in the moment.
Yeah.
The fact that, you know, it was 3 years since you got married and then suddenly you brought your story out again, that positioned you as a real, interesting person. I mean, that's just like, I was telling Eileen and Anand the other day about how you're waiting for the laws to change and suddenly, you know, people could get married and stuff. And what a milestone it was, because you had to wait for so long, right?
Yeah.
And it's huge. And that gave so much of a unique story. It's fantastic.
Thanks.
So
it's part of so I wrote, I think I shared with you, I wrote the story, maybe I shared the story with you, but then TRX was doing a campaign on Made to Move. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to share my story.
Oh,
And so I took from the original story, the longer story, and I just that I was gonna post on Thrive,
okay.
And I just put it all together. So
it's great, really.
Yeah, thanks.
Just great.
Thanks. Yeah, and I felt like the other story might have been too much for Facebook, but this got the message across, and I just felt like it got my story across.
It's a great foundation to come out of the starting blocks and start over. Yeah, because nobody knows that. Well, only your personal friends knows you moved, sort of thing. So
yeah,
we haven't really said anything online about it. I don't believe so.
I did a video, Jonathan, as I was closing down the studio in Palm Springs, and I'll send it to you and see if there's anything that can be done with it, if it's worth. And then I want to do a story on recreating, and I've been taking pictures along the way of what it looked like before, when it was drywall painted, and then as we get the doors up and the floors down and the equipment in.
That's what we did in January, right? December.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Is that January only? Jesus.
It is.
Yeah. So
amazing. Like 8 months later.
I know. And the whole thing with the Aspen project stalled out, and I'm kind of disappointed with that studio. But I really believe that it's kind of like with your accident. You may not be doing what you're currently doing without that accident, right?
I talked about it yesterday with a doctor online that I did a webinar with. I went, this scar, it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
I was thinking about that with you this morning, thinking about our call and thinking about your journey and thinking about how that has been for you, and how you took the need to create something, like not necessity, right?
Well, I had to go all in because I had no choice, right?
You had no choice. I had no choice.
At that point, and sell our house, and whatever little bit of equity that we got left, get out of debt and rent. I mean, that was the only other option. It's like, that's not an option.
Yeah.
If I sell and rent, I'll never be able to buy again.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, you're spot on. And then with coming to Colorado for that studio, I think the part of the reason that we came to Colorado and back to Aspen, even though it didn't pan out, was to get back down here. Dave's close to his house. We have the house that we made a list of, all the things we wanted, and this house checks it off, except solar. But we can put that on.
Yeah, I would love. Ultimately, I want to put solar because our house faces due south, and
okay.
My ultimate goal is to buy 2 electric cars.
Yeah,
because you're running for free.
Yeah,
I mean, it's gotta make. I mean, you got the Prius, right? Still,
and I have my mountain vehicle too.
Yeah,
because I love that.
Well, and you'll need it.
Yeah, and I'll need it. Yes.
But, so Audi are bringing out an all-electric SUV next year. I mean,
that's gonna be hot.
Apparently, from 2020, Ford in Canada are only going to make electric vehicles.
Really?
Yeah, they're dropping the whole range in Canada to go all electric. It's quite remarkable the way it's going to go.
That's awesome.
And apparently in 2024, Apple are bringing out the Apple Car, which is driverless, all electric.
I'm not surprised.
They have a team of over 600 people in development of it right now. Apparently it's California's worst kept secret.
It's such a smart thing. And by the way, while I'm thinking about it, I'm looking up and I see the same lattice. If you want any of this, because we're going to redo the living room, you're more than welcome to take it with you.
I'll think on that.
Maybe that's a giveaway on my website.
That'd be kind of fun, actually.
Let me ask you this. I was thinking about ideas. I was on a hike the other day on my way down here, and I was going to post on Facebook. If anybody can tell, I'm on my favorite hike on my favorite hike on Independence Pass. If anybody can tell me where it's a picture of a tree. It's just this crazy tree. Anybody can tell me, guess where this is? They win 3 coaching sessions with me.
Yeah.
Just make something fun like that. Is that something that I should play around with?
Why not?
Okay.
I mean, somebody local is going to be there. If they're out hiking and they recognize it, they're your ideal client, probably, right?
Right. So website, sorry about the tangents. Yes. So the website is the capture, email capture.
Let me just asking, because I got it all open here.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you're doing this.
Okay, 1 second. So just so you know, what we do is we post every day on Google for you.
Okay.
Google Plus. We have the Google My Business that I need to change now to reflect the new. These were queries that you were coming up in. Just the top 10 Google searches that you featured in. Interesting enough. It wasn't a ton of traffic in the month, really, but that was your traffic sort of on a daily basis, sort of thing. And then obviously we got the YouTube channel. Now that second set of videos we have on Dropbox, but we never post them publicly, although we used some of them. Do you want them on YouTube as well? Or are they more second level that you want to keep private?
No, I thought we could use some of them for public stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I put all the ones that you and I did at Sassy.
Yeah.
Obviously, we did the original story together, but that's all we've put on YouTube. So there's a lot of opportunity to add a lot more content there. Because we've got the channel and everything, it's all built. Then we got the Instagram that the biggest opportunity for us is Instagram, without a doubt. Because of the stories every day and also the what's called IGTV, which we can get into a bit more. And then obviously we do Facebook a lot, but we haven't got a very big audience still.
Right.
Yeah. This is where we're not hitting the spot. But it's a hard one to work on now, because I read a blog yesterday from a very leading marketer who was actually saying, even though you need a business page and you should post to it, you will only win on Facebook on your personal page.
Really?
Yeah. And I in many ways, I agree with her. I'm not 100%. But yeah, we got to look at using your personal page a lot more to promote, because you'll get a lot better reach.
I was surprised how much feedback I got on the past 2 posts.
Oh, I'm sure.
The anniversary and my story.
So what we can do is we can switch. I can keep switching because I said we can't Hootsuite personal. So with Renee and Liliana right now, we just literally switch onto their personal pages to write. So we could add yours as well if you like to do that. I don't know how many I can do, but this is how we're having to start to do it now. So we could add you into that. But I don't have your personal page details, and I don't know if you'd be okay with that, but that's a possibility. So
okay.
Yeah, but with the website, so we obviously the blog is going to be key to this, because we started off with great intention, but we're way behind on
yeah.
that.
And I get that, and part of that's my own stalling out with starting stuff up. Losing the creativity, writer's block.
Yeah. So now we want to change the wording of this. We want to get this box much higher, so it's above the fold.
Okay.
And ideally, we want to get a video into the homepage, because then people are actually going to get to see you, especially in the studio. Because we have so many great little videos, and are you fit, dirkfit, that kind of thing. I think could make a huge difference to the homepage piece. And then obviously the about you is it's all there. It's just we haven't touched it we haven't really touched it this year. Since there's a lot that we could add to this in terms of more photographs now and making it different. We've got the calendar set up, which works beautifully. We've got the blog that we need to work on, and then we need to get we haven't. What we need to do is then we've got to get the programs actually documented and actually on the site so people can see what they can buy.
Yeah, and that's one. I'm glad you just brought that up, because that's the other thing I think I need for right now is to take off those packages that are currently on there from Palm Springs that I'm not going to do. I'm going to switch that up so we can keep free consultation, call for more information on training or coaching. Because again, I do want to start driving more traffic into the health, wellness, life coaching realm.
Yeah.
So that gives me more flexibility in my world, so I can start traveling with you.
Yes. Sounds good, man.
No, but that's the vision.
When we were at the Marriott that day in January,
yeah,
just went to a little public workout area, which was pretty good. I mean, you didn't agree with all of them, and we talked about why. But those kind of live videos with great Wi-Fi would totally transform how we do your marketing.
Let me ask you this. I sent you a video with one of my clients, Larry Levy. Did you ever receive that? And did that ever, because I had the Mikey on there, the blue Mikey, but because I did 2 talks. Remember I said I was going to do a talk on what fitness means to some of my clients?
Yeah.
Larry Levy was one of them. And Erin Lentz is another one who is a coach and a personal training client of mine. And she's just shifted her life and really is writing a book and has her own business, pretty much a single mom. But I'm sitting down with her next week to do a video blog about coaching and what coaching means to her. Is that okay?
Which phone do you have now, by the way?
I have the 6 still.
Okay.
But I've been using my iPad for all this because it's probably a year and a half old now.
I have found now, I have the 8.
Mm-hmm.
It's better without the Mikey.
Oh, is that right?
It's actually, I use the Mikey a lot, and then I tried it without, and then I replayed it, I went, it's better without. The 8, I don't know what it's done, but it is just outstanding now.
I'm curious about that with my iPad because I was disappointed when I went to play it again. And I'll resend you Larry's.
If it came in, when did you send it?
About a month ago.
Because it might have been the girls picked it up and I didn't.
Or maybe just I know you responded to the idea, but maybe I didn't. Maybe it wasn't attached or it didn't come through.
I'm starting a brief interview every week. The first one will be with Larry. Thanks. So I got that email.
There was no attachment with that?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'll resend that one.
What you said was, I understood that you were going to do it, but yeah, there's no attachment with it. That's the last thing.
So I'm going to send you the video of me leaving the studio in Palm Springs.
Perfect. Yeah.
And the Larry Levy interview, because Larry Levy he's big in Chicago. Larry Levy or Levy Restaurants, but he's all over the globe with restaurants and concessions in some of these big sports arenas. Very, very smart business person, but he kicks ass. I think he's 74. He kicks ass every time he comes into the studio. Like he will ride his bike a few miles out to see me as his warm up, and I have some people who are road bikers, and they refuse to ride their bike a few miles to go work out. They're like, it's just too far. Traffic's too much. I'm like, ride your bike. They're like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, and this person, Larry, is just like, he loves it. Every time he's like, oh my God, it was such a great ride. It's just shifted mindset.
Yeah.
So I'll send you his and I'll send you.
68. And he's still doing triathlons, incredibly fit. He'll swim like 20 miles before work, and he's 68. And so I couldn't even do 20 laps.
It's mindset, these people who are like, one guy was just like, it's just too far. I'm like, you're maybe 3-4 miles away from town.
Yeah.
And you go on these big, anyway, that's okay.
Okay. So the other thing I would love to do, and this would be a win-win. I actually had to go and get a chiropractic adjustment just on my way back because we traveled all over Europe for 5 days, 5 weeks. I drove a manual car, which I haven't driven in decades. And right at the very end, when we're in England, my back went out. And it's like, my back hasn't gone out all stinking year because my core has been so much better. But honestly, the whole trip, I brought the bands with me, and they never came out of the suitcase. Mm-hmm. It was hotels with gyms. I never went in the gym. Mm-hmm. We booked probably 15,000 steps a day easy.
Yeah.
It was so hot. We sweated like crazy. Didn't put a lot of weight on because it was so hot. Ate pretty well, but I didn't exercise. And then my back went out, and I went to a chiropractor. I had 3 discs out of alignment. And she put them all back together. And I said, so what can I do to get it? She said, your core. I said, you know, I've been working on my core all year. And she said, and you stopped, right? I went, yep. You got to keep it up.
Yeah. And
I was in agony. And she cracked 3 of them in within like 40 minutes. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can walk again. So, you know, it's one of those things you can't ignore, you know, as age comes on. And then some people are like beating the age thing. And I've got TRX. I mean, I haven't been going out lately because we've had forest fires and there's been so much smoke.
Oh, yeah.
2 days ago, we had the worst air quality on the planet in Vancouver. Worse than Beijing or Mumbai or...
Really?
And they said it was the equivalent, on Tuesday, it was the equivalent of smoking 7.5 cigarettes. So I've had every window closed in the house. I haven't been out.
Yeah. Good.
The other day, my house was, we do in Celsius, but it was 28 degrees. So whatever it was, because there's no air coming through the home. And I was like, this is insane. And I went, but I have a cold media room with a TRX. Mm-hmm. And
let me show you something. And I, if I'm hearing you right, to continue our relationship would be like a trade of the workouts.
What I'm thinking was, if I do part of my blog, it's like, you know what, I'm 53, I got to get serious about my life because I'm halfway through. And I have no excuse. I have the time, I can make the time, I have the resources, I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm probably one of your ideal clients in a demographic, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Empty nest.
I'm taking out here because I'm losing my dogs real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're losing them?
Oh, they're just barking. There's a section of the fence that I thought maybe they sounded further off. Anyway, no, and you're spot on with this. And I just had this conversation. One thing that sharing my story with yesterday and in the past couple of weeks, I've reconnected with a lot of people, high school people. Yeah. And everybody's in their 50s now and facing this change. A lot of women are facing menopause, and I just had the conversation about taking small steps to make lasting changes, or that can make a big difference. And the fact of the matter is, if you're going to stay in the game of life and want to travel more and be able to travel, you got to take care of yourself.
I know.
Otherwise, you're going to be, traveling to chiropractors or doctors. It's when we travel, and I'll show you what I worked out in today real quick, because I'm like, I gotta work out.
Yeah.
Can you see this garbage?
Oh my goodness.
So I unpacked my Versa climber.
Yeah.
And I just worked out as much as I could right here.
Yeah.
Right. So it's packed full of garbage right now. But my point is, it's like, okay, I need to get a workout in. How am I going to do that? I could either say no, or I could, do what I can do.
Yeah.
Like, again, it comes down to when you're in the hotel, when you're traveling, it's easier to say, I'll do it later or whatever. But if you give yourself 15, 20 minutes, even that bridge work we've done in the past, it's going to help prevent any of that stuff from creeping back.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, I did the detox for 2 weeks. I mean, I got down to 207, which I haven't been in a very long time. And I was pleased that I was at weight for Gemma's wedding, because I wanted to get to 195. I don't know what I was dreaming about. But anyway, I knew it was possible because that was what I was after my surgery. So I think stress did that more than anything else. I really wanted to look good on those. And Debbie did amazing. I mean, she was the lightest she'd been in over probably 30 years.
You both looked so happy.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, it's like 25 years in the making. Our firstborn gets married, you know, in the south of France, at a chateau.
Okay, I know you may have you sat and let that sink in, like what you guys created? Not this amazing person, but also that she's stepping out into her life.
So
and
she
look
got
where
featured yesterday on CNN.
Oh, is that right?
A producer from CNN called her because of her Instagram account, and they sent a reporter to interview her. She got over 5,000 hits on her Instagram yesterday from this.
No way.
I haven't shared it yet because it only came out last night, but it's insane.
Yeah, and that you were able to provide her dream wedding.
Yeah.
Nice job.
We didn't pay for all of it by a lot. We don't know exactly how much it cost because they did some things that we didn't know about. So we probably are in for, I think we're in for about 65% of it, which was the bulk of it. And what we've decided to do with the other 3 girls is like, this is what we spent on Gemma. You can have the same, but you can spend it on whatever you want. You know, if you want to put towards a house deposit and have a small wedding, or if you want no wedding and you want to put it into tuition or whatever you want to do, but there'll be an amount. But just don't do it soon because it doesn't exist right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Take the car back, honey. No. So, but let's go back to you. So if I'm hearing you correctly, that about getting back into the workouts. Yeah. So,
because I think, we certainly some of the times that we documented the pictures downstairs of you and I working out and stuff, that got really good attention. So I want to do it as a joint venture. So I want to do it as my journey. Because there's so many people that I meet are grossly overweight and unfit. Yeah. That are clients of mine, you know, people that I know. And it's like, and several people are just like killing it. But they're the minor percentage. And it's going to give me more energy to work. It's going to improve my life. And it's going to be a great story. And it's also going to showcase you for the possibility of the virtual group and virtual one-on-one training, because that's where you're going to make your money. Because the virtual. Well, and also just in the health coaching, if someone is intimidated by the physical part of it, we can go into the nutrition part of it. Yeah. You know, and talk about other. You can ship them the body build supplements. And that shake is the most delicious shake I've ever had. You know, the protein supplement powder, whatever it was. You talk about the we're talking about the protein lean. Yeah. Yeah. Delicious. Vanilla. Yeah. I got another one after that, and it tasted like sawdust. It was disgusting. Yeah. I was trying to Debbie bought me like dried peanut butter powder to put in. It still didn't help. And it's like, this tastes nothing like the other. I love the other one. It's and they just increased they even stepped it up even more with higher quality organic ingredients. And they're running this crazy sale right now that like I wasn't selling at my studio. So yeah. And I was talking to my youngest brother yesterday where he was asking me, what are you using? And we have this conversation every couple of weeks or every month or so. And I'm like, this is what I'm using. So anyway. So I want to send you those couple videos and see what your thoughts are. Yes, please do. 3 of those. I think take the information off the website on the pricing right now. Yeah. Until I get set up. I mean, if they want more information or free consultation, we can leave that up there. The email capture idea, just so then when I go to start the webinar, I have at least a little bit of a audience. And we're changing the address. So speaking of the working out, what does that look like for you? The same idea that we had before? Yeah, but I think a bit more check-in accountability. Okay. Because I can hide so well. And I got to it's accountability piece. I mean, Debbie worked for Sarika, the nutritionist in Flagstaff. they had a monthly call, and she had a weekly diet plan, all about this metabolic balance.
Mm-hmm.
She lost best part of 30 pounds.
Wow.
And she just had she had to go to see a gynecologist for a checkup and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
After the checkup, this gynecologist went, "You are in amazing shape. You know, your actual skin coloration and everything about you is at least 10 years younger than it should be." And I know that's from her clean eating since January.
Totally.
And
totally.
I'm amazed how good shape you are, sort of as a woman internally and all that kind of stuff. But normally women of her age, like that, it's not done, but it's not pretty.
Right.
And you know, she just said, "Wow." So I don't think somebody would say that to me. I mean, I hold myself pretty well, but yeah.
Right. And I mean, even today, if you go back to the Burn and Build Body Detox, go to page 19 and review all that, you can start stepping into that right now.
And I need to.
Well, in the term, like, well, I need to, I mean, you have this other, what I'm hearing you say is you want to be able to travel without pain.
Yep.
And travel for a long, long time.
I drink very little. And, you know, alcohol's not an issue for me. I don't do any recreational anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I eat fairly well most of the time. We don't do much processed food. Debbie cooks from scratch. I mean, most things we do fairly well, so I'm probably better than average. But my personal fitness and my nutrition is definitely the two areas I know I could improve significantly.
In a percentage, what would you say, what's the percentage of eating well?
I would say more around 60%.
Okay. I always use the 80, 85, 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
80% of the time you're eating well, 20% of the time you're living life, right? Yeah. And you keep it balanced. You listen to your body.
Yeah.
Your hydration is good?
This last couple of weeks, gosh, I've been getting dizzy because it's been so weird and hot, but I've been drinking water like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I drink black coffee, so that's my only two beverages.
Okay.
So there's no sugars, there's no dairy, so it's not. I mean, I drink a lot of coffee, and that's probably not great for me, but it doesn't affect my sleep. That's a crazy thing.
Well, I was going to ask you how you're sleeping and how you're recovering.
Well, Debbie's away this week. She's volunteering at a summit camp that was really short of staff. So she left on Tuesday, and she's not back till next Wednesday. And I don't sleep well when she's not here. It's just, it's just empty bed.
I get it.
It doesn't work. And it's been stupid hot. But other than that, all the way through Europe, I mean, I was averaging over 9.5 hours a day.
Oh, awesome.
Which is better than the 5 I used to do.
How's your stress level?
It's probably
You're squeaking.
7 or 8.
Okay.
I mean, I do actually take a sort of a daily sort of anti-anxiety sort of a small dose, but my doctor put me on it because I can go into panic mode very quickly, and it does increase my stress. So it's not Ativan, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a low dose. But I just take 1 tablet a day, and it definitely sort of just takes the highs and the lows out a little bit.
The edge off, as my mom would say.
I was on when I had my surgery, and about a year ago, I went back to my doctor, and he went, "Your cholesterol's just okay," but he said, "Your blood pressure is a little high," and he said, "That's not like you. What's going on?" And I just thought, I have a very busy life.
Mm-hmm.
And he went, "I get that." He said, "I really think you should do this. He said, it worked for you before. Your body likes it, and it won't do you really any harm, but it'll just." So I don't like taking tablets, I'll be honest, but I do that one.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's
I'm just curious if it has any effect on retaining weight or anything.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. It's upstairs, but I'd have to look it up.
So look at. I mean, get coaching on you right now. Look at taking the 60% eating healthy or eating clean to 70%.
Yeah. It's funny because Debbie's away, and like the girls have started cooking for me. So I
Oh,
came in,
really?
and Elliot grilled me chicken, and Maddie went, and I made you a salad. And it's like, it's not that we want to get, it's not that we're having a go at you, Dad, because typically I have Cliff Bars in my drawer, because I love it. And, I'm doing this, and that will keep me going all day, one Cliff Bar, because I think they're fairly good.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm going to share my story with you.
Damn, I just bought another box yesterday.
What's that?
I just bought another box yesterday.
Yeah. So I used to eat, my diet was, when I used to go get up at 4:30 and go into the gym, I'd grab a Cliff Bar, yogurt, banana, and chocolate almond milk.
Yeah.
That's got me started on this whole detox thing. So I sat down and I'm like, okay, if we're only supposed to have 6 to 9 teaspoons of sugar a day, which is like, I think for men it's like 36 grams of sugar, and women it's like 27. I'm like, let me just see where I'm at. So I started adding it up. My Cliff Bar was, I think, 24 grams or something like that. My yogurt was 16. My the banana was a little bit too. Oh, and I had almond butter as well. And then I added that all up. I was like in the 40 plus grams of sugar. I know it shocked me too. I was dropping things. By the time I was out the door, Jonathan, and then what was my go-to snack in between clients? Another Cliff Bar.
Yeah.
So I was like ramping up my blood sugar, and then I'd crash, reach for something else. So I had this crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy shit, I've got to do some changes here.
Ooh.
So I started looking for ones that were less sugar. Lara bars are good. RX bars are good. Even making your own or having them made for you, because I get it. I just had this conversation with someone yesterday. The woman who cuts my hair. I said, I used to love Cliff Bars. Those were my go-to, but they were worse than a candy bar. So all of that sugar is, we're thinking we're eating well, and the package says natural.
Yeah. Organic.
Yeah. Even going to Whole Foods, those supermarkets, we can still pack on the pounds. Just look at that.
I've got someone coming to the house here in a few minutes, so the door might ring anytime.
So think about that. Look at that, but look at the hidden sugars. Those are huge. Those, especially as we get older, we pack on the visceral fat easier. Sugar is the enemy for the most part. But again, just bring awareness to that.
Okay.
When do you want to start working out again?
Next week.
Okay.
This weekend?
I'm going to send you some time for next week. Might be the 8 o'clock time again.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Literally just trying.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll send you that stuff. Great to see your face and catch up. Congratulations on everything. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Be well. Bye.
Bye.